Something doesn't look right. All right.
Sounds good.
There we go.
Some advertisements.
And welcome to the Mechanics Institute on this April 10th, Saturday. We're here for the 2021 U.S. Junior Chess Congress, 2-day event, a U.S. Chess National Championship event. The sections are by grade level, and we're going to have a lot of chess action this weekend. My name is Abel Talamantes. I'm the chess director at the Mechanics Institute, and joining me for the broadcast is three-time U.S. champion Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, FIDE Master Paul Whitehead, and FIDE Master Kyron Griffith. How's it going, guys?
It's a bit early, but I'm fine, thank you.
Doing well, thanks.
Depending on where you're at, right? Because this being a national championship event, there's people on the East Coast that's saying, how come the game started so late at 11 a.m. and we're over here, wow, why is it so early at 8 a.m. here, Pacific time zone? But we got a lot of chess to cover. And what we have this morning, or for Saturday, is we have most of the sections playing today on Saturday. Some play tomorrow. So today we have the younger kids. So the age 6 and under section, the age 8 and under section, and the age 10 and under section all play today. They play all 5 games today. So they got 5 rounds of chess, about 2 hours apart. But the championship section, the age 16 and 18 and under, that's a 2-day event. Their games start at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern today. So they'll start in about 25 minutes, and we'll follow some of those games. Not surprisingly, a lot of the games in these early sections are finished, and maybe we can take a look at some of these games that have completed. First game I'm going to look at here, and I believe this is from the age 6 and under section. Let me just look up the names. Oh, this may not be. Well, let me look at the top seed in the age 6 and under. And what rating do you think a USCF rating might be the top seed for the age 6 and under? You have any guesses?
Oh man.
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you. I mean, the championship section might not have the strongest player in it, possibly, right?
That's true. Although what ends up happening is the stronger players naturally will just play the championship section anyway, because even if a kid happens to be 6, they can actually play the age 18 and under if they wanted, because they're they're under 18.
Gotcha.
So that's what has happened. Most of the players in the championship section are not even 16, 17, or 18 years old. They're under that. I'll give you a perfect example. National Master Sriram Krishnakumar, who's I think 13 or 12. He's playing the 18 and under just because it's more competitive, and it's stronger competition. So we've seen a lot of that. Let's take a look first at this game. This is from the age 8 and under section. The top seed in the age 8 and under section is Sam Luger, rated 1870.
Wow.
Age 8 and under. And he's playing black.
And that's USCF?
USCF, yes. And
what was the answer to the 6 under? I was going to guess like 1400, but
yeah,
I would revise my guess now.
No, that's right. Actually, the age 6 and under top seed is 1382. So
Ooh.
very
Okay.
good, very good
No,
guess.
my.
So this is the first round, and because it's an age level section, you know, you can have players of all kinds of different levels uh, here. And so Sam Luger, who's black, rated 1870s, playing Jaith Dugirala, who's 764.
And what are the ages here?
8 and under.
Wow.
And in this section, they had to be 8 years old as of September 1st, 2020. That was the rule on that. So Sam Luger playing Alekine.
Oh, well, I heard there's a comment that he just turned 9 a few weeks ago, so he's really an old man at this point.
Yeah, he's an old
Huge
soul.
advantage.
And you know, and that's part of you know, the thing about the rule about you know, the age you know, being from September 2020, but there has to be some baseline from which to judge that. So that's why that is. So you can actually be older today than you know, the section you're playing in. But you know, that's sort of the rules. Rules
Well, that's good because Nick and I will enter next year.
Yeah, play the 50 and over. Yeah, the senior championship. I almost qualified to play in the senior championship, at least by like California rules, which is 50, I think.
Oh,
And we can
It's kind of an insulting, insulting threshold.
Look at it. Yeah. Yep. And then that's how it goes here. And
White's blundering around.
And you notice that if you look at the time, Black, who's the higher rated player, actually, you know, used up, you know, some decent amount of time, but the lower rated player sort of didn't really use much time at all. So this is something that we see often, is that not just the younger rated players, but the lower rated players typically play fast regardless, and that's sort of one of the obstacles they have to overcome as they develop. Because even when faced with a higher rated player, they're still playing fast when, you know, there's no really need to. You can think about your moves and take your time. You know, they're favored to win, no doubt, anyway. But you know, you never know.
I wonder if that's kind of a result of some of these younger players having less over-the-board experience due to the pandemic. Like maybe, you know, the way that you get that time management experience is to play these longer over-the-board games. But if some of these kids have kind of only really played Blitz for the past year, maybe they, you know, haven't flexed those kind of muscles to, you know, you like they're not used to having that time to burn.
Yeah, no.
Like sometimes they don't even know what to do with it because they're just so used to playing quickly.
No, we actually see it regardless. They, you know,
Okay.
you know, they just move fast, and I think it just takes that discipline, because, you know, there's also the excitement of playing someone strong, and you know, and I think they have this faulty thinking of, you know, they try to blitz them out or try to just move fast. But you know, a seasoned player is just gonna sit there and just try to make the best move, and they can manage time. I think it's time management's a skill that needs to be learned, and I think, you know, that's what's going on.
Nick, you watched a lot of the elite players up close and personal. Apart from Anand was famous for playing top games at the beginning of his career, like in, you know, 10 minutes, right? I heard, but there must have been other players that were like that too.
He was sort of the exception of the really great players. And he had his openings worked out so well that, you know, actually one time he played against me, he blitzed off all those moves, and, you know, and I thought, and oops, you know, you sort of get into that groove, and he's got it worked out, but you don't. So I was like the 6-year-olds that they make a move instantly to show they know what they're doing, but of course they don't.
So Anand was really unique in that, in sort of modern times. Everybody else takes their time, but there was an on blasting out his moves. Interesting.
Okay, so just for full disclosure here, I usually use two computers to run the broadcast. One of my computers completely died on me literally a half hour ago. So fortunately, I'm at the Mechanics Institute, and so I'm logged into one of the desktops there. But it took me a little while because I had to, enter my, user and password on the other system. So everything is good now, and I'm able to chat. Thank goodness. That's why I said welcome to everyone. So here we go. And this game we're going to go over right here. This is board 2 from the 8 and under section. Jaden Wu, who is Sparky Chess Tiger, rated 1723, against Aranch Desai, who is rated 761. So we have another 1,000-point difference. Playing Gioco Piano. And look at White right there with B4. What
is Gambit?
The Evans takes, and then here we go.
This will probably be the most popular opening at the top level. And
I think that is straight up.
Black has blundered around here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it's the Evans Gambit. You can get a bad position very quickly, which is
Caruana got a lost position not so long ago.
That's right, against an IM.
Wow. Yeah, I think out of the gambits, it's one of the less speculative ones. There are many more speculative gambits than this one.
Yeah, I mean, White, is a strong player, already up a full piece, and basically just, that is it. Just trading down and.
Trading is good. White's definitely got the mechanics of how to win a chess game down, But that's an important thing that even our club players don't understand,
And we're gonna check out board 1 in the age 10 and under section, and that is Treehouse Plant 1, 2, 3. That's Jocelyn Chen, rated 1799 in the age 10 and under, playing Idan Henry Mostovoy.
Made in one Idan.
I like that. Rated 552, so we have an over 1,000-point. And these are instructive games to go over, especially, I know there's some kids that have finished their games and then they're watching. It's fun to see a strong player against an up-and-coming player, because then I think we end up noticing some common mistakes like Queen E8. What do you think might have been the idea of that?
To go Queen A4?
Yeah, it could be Queen A4. I was also wondering if maybe F6 is an idea to try to bring the queen out to the king
that
side.
way, yeah.
I always try to ascribe an idea to a move, even if there is none.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make something
It's good practice.
And it seems like possibly the idea was to go Queen E8 to go Queen C6 here to attack C3.
Somehow this has actually worked out okay for Black. It's
Yeah.
White should not have taken that knight on F5.
Yeah, agreed.
And the fianchetto bishop at B2 is not have much prospect.
Now there's a bishop B5 idea here. Oh, I think Black missed that.
Black is winning. Well, that's a novelty at Queen E8. It'll become popular.
The Queen E8, Queen C6, Queen G6 idea. I've not seen that in the French.
And from a new player's perspective, you see Black avoiding the trading of queens, which is good to see, because I think what a lot of new lower rated players do is they want to trade, right? They think, I got the queen off the board. But Black is saying, I think I kind of like my queen better than White's queen. So I'm gonna hold on to that and see what happens.
Nevertheless, White got way back in this game, I think.
Yeah.
Oof.
Black's still doing okay. I think
this
this bishop could be a monster, but now it's getting boxed out by those pawns.
Yeah. Oh, look at that move.
But c6 is a good idea. And oh, he misses e6, which is a very nice double attack on g7 and
Yeah, look at
g7.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's tactics like this are what
the killer.
yeah.
White faltered, but then came back strong here.
And fortunately, Black saw that, except that it was at the expense of some pieces. And then now it's pretty, yeah, now, you know, elementary.
One thing I'd point out is that if, can we go back to the g6 move? I think, you know, the natural thing is when your opponent has a dark squared bishop like that that's so strong, opening up your dark squares with g6 just doesn't feel right at all. I would definitely prefer f6 if possible. Seems like we can do that.
Yeah.
And that way you kill the bishop, and you know don't weaken those dark squares around your king even further.
Because you're going to lose it anyway, but then now at least when you recapture, the bishop doesn't have the scope on.
Right, you'd much rather see that bishop fighting on 2 pawns than having, you know, taking over all the squares around your king.
So nice win.
and for you, Karun, just piece down would have been a piece of cake to win the game.
Yeah, it's my forte.
Yeah,
prefer to be a queen down, but piece down is good enough.
I have a feeling we're going to see some comebacks in this tournament somehow, some way, because especially with a sort of faster time control, you know, sometimes advantages can change, and we've seen a lot of that at the mechanics, and especially at scholastic events. Let's take a quick look at another game from the age 10 and under section, and this is Arnav Bosali, rated 552, playing white against Aradia Panda, excellent king, rated 1702. So the French, it seems like the kids are playing French.
But you see their chess.com ratings are not that different. So this online world has produced some very low rated, underrated USCF players.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And then when you're dealing with kids, we know that the ones that are really serious, they play a lot. And so they're improving a lot faster than what their USCF over the board rating says. You know,
I predict that once the pandemic's over, there's going to be a lot of upset players in the 1400 to 1900 level who are, you know, playing these kids who are rated 700 USCF, but true strength is, you know, closer to 1700.
Yeah, and it's interesting how they'll deal with that. And look at this.
I really like that bishop takes d5 move, even though White subsequently has misplayed this.
I mean, White is the 552 rated player here.
Yeah, this is not easy for Black. Usually the 2 pieces should overpower the rook, but with this passed pawn and the potential of the c pawn to run as well.
That was
that
was a little mistake right there. Right?
Can't lose the d pawn though. That's
Could have just
crucial.
gone rook d3. Oh, because you're gonna rook c. You gotta go rook d2, yeah.
Yeah, rook d2 should be okay for now.
Or maybe it was afraid if went rook d2, then bishop b4.
Then you have d6 there.
I liked rook d3 if knight takes
Oh
c2,
no, you don't quite have
d6.
d6. Not quite. Yeah, maybe rook d3, knight c2, d6 is the way to go. Yeah, that looks very strong.
A brilliant idea, and I would have evaluated a winning ending for White.
Yeah, bishop takes d5 was really nice.
And doubled the pawn.
I mean, g5 is also really good. Like, I think that shows some class from White, because White, you know, forces a trade of doubled pawns, and, you know, trading pawns in a worse endgame is a good idea for a draw.
And White undoubled their pawns and then created 2 isolated pawns for Black. Let's keep going. White is looking like they're in it to
Yeah, this
fight.
is a decent game for sure. I'm not sure what was
Yeah,
happening
G5
right
again.
there. Yeah.
I mean, every pawn trade is helping white because it seems like, wow, that's very brave to step into the discovery, but
Oh, King G4 would have valued
King
that
G-
H5 check.
King G4 H5 check, I guess was the idea.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
yes.
This is an exciting game.
Yeah, neither player's blundered anything serious, which is very good.
But don't you get the feeling something's gonna happen?
Those knights are tricky, and this rook is a little bit loose. I'm worried that white's gonna blunder something here.
Yeah, because the rook is sort of
Has
trapped.
no moves right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably put the king back on f3. Oh, can't quite get the rook yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black's starting to take over here a bit.
but now even in this, oh no, you can't do that. Yeah. See that knight?
Yeah.
That knight is because I was saying you know rook b3 and then knight d4 comes and.
Now, it's funny how white lost the thread. That's what happened.
Yeah, and you could see it's just kind of coming apart.
I think losing the d pawn was the definitely the critical blunder for white. I think white had maybe, as Nick said, maybe even winning endgame at that point.
But even here, you'd think that white's strategy or a strategy would be okay. Let me see if I can somehow with the rook pick off the two pawns, and then I'm gonna make.
If you can pick off the b pawn and the knight, also that's a draw.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or if you can pick off the two pawns, yeah, then you could try to force black to mate with the bishop and knight, which I don't know. Maybe black will know how to do it.
It's just
King f4 was the shot, was the move. Yeah. Well, no, I guess.
I think white should run the king over to try to pick off h5.
Yeah,
Probably should have done that earlier.
No, that's it.
Yeah, now it's with the pawn. It's easy.
Wow, that was a close call there for black.
Yeah, that was white. White definitely had their chances in this game.
Radya Panda.
That was a well
sweating
played
it.
game.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah, that was
sweating it.
very well played by both sides.
Look at the speed that they're playing at, though, especially.
Yeah, look at the time. I mean, this was. I think this was G25 to start.
Well, in a sense, then white didn't spend enough time to try to figure out the problems. That
Definitely did not spend the time they should have.
Mm-hmm.
Which is too bad because there was something to be said for that.
But he's rated 500 USCF. Man, I would bet on him at the World Open.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think this is board 2 in the 6 and under section. And this is Liam Jesunas is playing black against Will Kian. And Liam, who's black, is 1273. And Will, who is white, is 490. So white is the underdog here.
Man, these kids were born in 2014.
That's crazy.
Wasn't that like last year?
And here's the thing, right? I mean, this white, Will is rated 490, but we're seeing solid fundamental chess at least, right? I mean, this is sort of the building block to everything. But wait a minute, look at that. Drop that pawn.
Yeah, dropped a pawn. The knight b5 move doesn't seem to do much.
Yeah, knight b5 was completely inconsistent. Bishop h6.
Queen c3. Yeah, walking into these discoveries.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
Kids seem to like to walk into discoveries, which
playing with
never
fire.
a fan of.
Okay.
c3 is a good move. Kills all the important squares for black.
Look at that. So now.
Oh, you should insert, after f6 you should insert queen e6 check to blockade this whole thing at least for a second.
there we go. So got that in.
There you go.
Knight would have been trapped with e6.
Oh wow.
I think white hung his knight, right? After c takes b5, didn't black have queen takes d5?
Oh, what's happening here?
Look at
White's
this.
winning.
Knight takes g6 check.
Now,
Yeah.
I've yes, he saw it.
Knight takes g6.
Knight
Nice.
takes g6.
That's kids, right? They're not going to miss these tactics.
Okay,
A lot
now,
of the times that's all that they're playing for.
wow, and there's moves here.
C,
like
yeah, c4 is a little bit of a strange move. Probably
Yeah.
f5 is consistent, just to
F5 would be
blow everything open.
that would be quite a move, right? Because then if takes like queen h
Takes,
Yeah,
you have queen
opens-
h5 and
Opens
stuff.
up the king. It wins, right? It probably wins immediately almost.
that's incredible. So let's see how it plays out. Yeah, I don't know about c5. Oh, and then traded the sort of lost some of the edge, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to trade queens when you're
Especially when
attacking
you
like
lose
this.
your bishop.
Oh.
and losing the bishop doesn't help either.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, we're seeing the turnarounds here. Black has decided on.
I mean, White's got a passed a pawn, so this is actually eerily similar to the last game where you have the rook for the two pieces, but you have a passed pawn, and
Wow.
if the pieces can't stop the pawn, it's I'm not actually sure White should trade here. Should take all the pieces for the rook. Maybe you should just keep pushing the pawn.
So you don't think White should just snap off the knight?
I don't think so. I think you just push a6 here.
and that's what was done. A6.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, don't take the material. Black is completely tied up and can't stop this pawn. Yeah, he has to go up a full piece.
Wow.
Wait, it was no, rook b8 was not quite working.
Well, actually, maybe Black had some chances. Has some chances to hold here, but got to get this bishop activated.
And he does.
Actually, you never know in these games.
Oh wow. So
Wow.
oh, and hangs the rook. Oh no.
Unbelievable.
Backwards diagonal.
The
Strikes
hardest move to see
again.
in chess, for sure.
Yeah.
You see it over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking because
This game had a lot of ups and downs.
had it. Yeah.
Still a good fighting game.
And this is the thing about when you're playing a high-rated player and you're a lower-rated player in chess, all it takes is one move, and everything is. The game goes on, but Black ends up winning the game. But that was so close. That was almost a monumental upset. Tough one there.
Well, you see such talent from these kids. They do make some blunders, but some of the play is just high level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also good fighting chess. It's you can feel the will to win that they have, both sides.
Was that a pun on Will's name?
So
As you mentioned, they have great
Will,
mechanics in
it
this
almost
game.
looks like it.
So what you were saying there, Nick, is there's hope because they have the ability to see moves and compete, but the challenge is for them to keep it consistent throughout the game. But I think that's the case for every level, right? Because even a lower rated player can play a much higher rated player strong to a point. It's keeping it consistent throughout, and the stronger players can keep it consistent while the developing players may not. Okay, so now the top section has started, so I'm gonna follow some of the games there.
Who are the top seeds in the top section?
In the top section, the top seed is Terry Luo, who is 2277.
God.
And He is playing Yiming Sun, who's rated 1323.
Wow.
That's a bit of a discrepancy there.
So let me pull up that game and see what's going on. Now, the thing is that with this type of rating disparity, you would figure, the games to be a little more competitive. But I mean, what we saw in the first round, I mean, that was some scary chess. Played by
This one's over 1,000 rating points difference, right?
Yeah, almost 1,000, almost 1,000.
I think the difference between a 2200 and 1300 is much greater than the difference between a 700 and a 1700, even though it's 1,000 points.
Yeah,
you
might be right about that.
I think that the 2200 will lose a lot less to the 1300 than the 1700 might to the 700, especially with some of these kids who are rated 700 that aren't actually 700.
Mm-hmm.
So we have here, this is the top board, and we see Terry has made a move, but we're waiting on his opponent.
So the players have an hour for the game. This
Correct.
could lead to some...
This is why this is a 2-day, because then they play 3 games today, and then 3 tomorrow. And the other reason players, even if they're a little bit younger but stronger, play this section is because of the time control. The top players, stronger players, typically prefer a longer time control, and this makes this section more attractive. Plus, this is standard rated, USCF standard rated, online standard rated. So, all right, so I don't know what's happening with Black, although I do notice their connection is not optimal. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but hopefully Yiming gets that figured out pretty soon.
Kyron,
yeah, go ahead.
What's your next tournament, Kyron?
I'm playing Chicago over in Memorial Day.
You're flying to Chicago?
Yeah. I'm gonna be vaccinated by then, and gonna play the Chicago Open, which is gonna should happen.
Nice.
And here we have board 2. White is Gaurav Gupta, who is rated 1320 against women's candidate master Sheena Zhang.
Stunning garbage.
Stunning garbage.
Stunning garbage.
And rated 2201. So we're at the beginning of the game. This is where we're at right here. I know we've seen the canal.
It's funny because you bring up the USCF ratings, but we're just looking at the chess.com ratings.
Yeah.
And
the NM indicates at least 2200 or at one point 2200.
Are these USCF ratings like online at all, or like did they achieve the 2200 like pre-pandemic?
No, if they have a title, it would have had to have been over the board.
Okay, so yeah, these NMs might have improved, substantially in the past year as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like even the titled players, like you might have a 2200 that's like at 2300 level, after a year.
Yeah.
Because they're playing and developing too. So
yeah, I wonder what these big tournaments are going to do when these kids come back and are rocking the under 1600 and under 1800 sections. I don't think you can do anything about it. You just have to wait for the ratings to get back to normal.
Yeah, and I think there's been some talk about what to do with that, or whether something should be done, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of players playing the under 1400, and they're about 1900 strength now, and they're just going to clean up that section. I think Paul commented that probably the thing to do is it's just going to have to play itself out over the course of a year until it corrects itself, like a stock market.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to have a lot of parents involved in the conversation too, and I'm not sure you want that.
Yeah, I don't think that any solution will be widely accepted. I think you'll definitely alienate some people somehow.
And I think even though there might be some ratings inconsistent with skill level, in the beginning. I think people would just be so happy to be playing over the board. They're going to give that a pass and say, all right.
And it's nobody's fault, it's not like somebody's trying to get something over on somebody, so.
Right. And anyone, if you have any questions for us, feel free to put them in the chat and let us know. You got a wealth of chess knowledge. Me not being included in that, but the other three people here certainly have it. So if you got a question, let us know. I'm going to go to board 3, which is a player we know very well, 2008 King, National Master Sriram Krishnakumar, who has played both Paul and Nick in the arena that the Mechanics Institute has on Tuesdays. He is white against Al Wang 101.
Ooh, this knight d5 is nasty.
Who is rated
I'd say
12.
white is doing very well here.
So, yeah, although maybe there's a pawn sacrifice involved. Knight takes d5.
Bishop takes queen.
Oh, bishop takes queen. Yes. Well, it's a little early. Where's my coffee?
You're like, okay, Paul earned the title a long time ago.
I think, well, knight takes d5 might be a good move anyway. Just give up the queen for 2 pieces.
Yeah, I was expecting someone to suggest it, but I thought it would be Kyron rather than you, Paul.
Nah, I would play queen e6 here, sadly. But
can you do bishop takes f2?
Can
I be done?
That's a great looking move.
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah, wow.
Look at that.
Did I get lucky? I got lucky.
That's nice. I think king d1 and now c7 is a problem too, maybe. But yeah, I don't think we should take the bishop if he plays bishop f2.
What happens at bishop f2 if king d1, bishop g4, knight takes f6 check, pawn takes f6.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Abel's line is really interesting.
Well, okay, can you go queen g4 there and then bishop e7?
Sorry, I'm taking with the pawn on
f takes g5.
Sorry, after bishop f2, king d1, bishop g4, I want to go queen takes g4.
Oh.
And then I want to play
Knight
bishop
takes
takes
g4?
e7. And then I want to play knight takes c7.
Now, what's the end there? I'm going to trap your knight on a8, I hope. But am I ahead? I'm on. Let's see. We got one piece, one pawn each.
I think I'm up a rook, but you maybe get the knight and maybe have some fork ideas on my king.
No, you've given a piece up at g4, right?
Yeah, so I'm up a full rook at that point.
Yeah.
But that's probably black's best chance here is bishop f2, because white first has to find king d1 probably.
Well, if black plays knight takes d5, it could play for a long time.
I would take Nick's line over sacking my queen probably. Okay,
Yeah,
queen e5.
And
yeah, white will probably just play bishop f6 here and enjoy long-term structural advantage.
Yep, and that's what was done. In the Twitch chat, I put the Google Doc where you can follow, it has a lot of the event info. You can follow all the sections, even all the games, because as the tournament directors are starting all the games, after they start all the games, they put the match links in the Google Doc, so you can literally follow any game you want from this event. So kudos to the tournament directors, of which there are about 16 or 17 running this tournament. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes. National TD Glenn Panner is the chief tournament director, and Judith Starre from the Mechanics Institute, and Merritt Thorpe of Chess Weekend, and John McCumsky. They're the 4 that are sort of running the computer show, and then we got an all-star cast of Zoom TDs and tournament directors helping the kids out. So kudos to all of them. We're following the event and watching all the games, but a lot of great people are making it happen behind the scenes. So just want to give them their props. And Warriors, Athiand, I do know who you are. He was questioning whether I knew who he was. He's asking what time the second round is. Since this is a national event, when you say 10 o'clock, we have to specify whether that's Eastern time, Pacific time.
He specified PST.
There it is, PST. That is correct.
It depends on the section, right?
Depends on the section, but I know he's not playing the age 16 and 18 and under. Any of the other one-day sections that are going on, 10 a.m. Pacific is the start time for the next round. 1 p.m. Eastern. All right.
I'm sorry about the tough loss for the Warriors yesterday. They had the game in the bag and blew it at the last second. So.
Oh, they just gave it out, huh?
Just gave it up. Much like some of these chess games.
Tough. Oh,
just kidding.
It would be fun for the newsletter to write an article on, some of these close upsets, and then it just goes wrong in one move, right?
Yeah. Well, it's tough because to beat a strong player, you have to, and this is true at all levels. Like to beat someone who's stronger, like you have to string a really good game together, and just one slip up in an otherwise good game is often enough time to lose the full point.
And let me see some other players we know. There's a lot of players in this top section. I know for a fact. I think there are far more under 16, age 16 players than there are 16 and 18-year-olds playing. Let's take a look at a player that we know from the Bay Area playing the top section. Goes by the handle of Ninja Trick, and that is Rohan Rajaram.
Is the Incredible Hulk playing?
He's not, I don't think. Dr. Banner is who I think you're talking about. Callaghan, McCarty, Sneed. I do not believe he's playing.
I think I saw one of the under 6-year-olds handles was Dr. Drunkenstein, which I hope is not the case.
I think that's Carlson, one of Carlson's.
It is. Yeah, it's Carlson's name.
Yeah. Yeah, Carlson sets a funny example in some ways,
Yeah, when you have 6-year-olds naming themselves Dr. Drunkenstein.
Yeah.
And taking a look at this game, I was looking for Ninja Trick's game. I couldn't find it. I'll see what's going on. But this is his sister, Annika Rajaram. She's a women's candidate master, 1861 rated. She's playing white. And she's playing Tristan Arun, who's rated 560. 1861.
But 1600 chess.com
apparently. Yeah, 560 USCF, but 1600 chess.com. I don't know if that's like a baseline account because it's like right on. Well, let's see. The play.
Kiratori is strong. I played her in a few Tuesday night marathons, I think.
Yeah, she is strong. And her and her brother are about like the same rating. Rohan is like 1938, and Annika, 1861. But although Black is 560 rated, I'm seeing fundamentally sound sort of here.
Yeah, Black's wasted some time. It's if you don't have a line against this Catalan, it's easy to find yourself a little bit overwhelmed by this, which seems to be what's going on here. Black's just trying to develop pieces, but it's finding no squares for them.
I mean, Kiratori is playing such classic chess, but if you're rated 500 and you get your pieces out against the Catalan, that's pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah. If you're rated 500 and know the word Catalan, that's that's a lot better than my impression of a 500.
And I'm gonna check the beginnings of this game. This is white is Pegasus 1015, and this is Leora Ginsburg, who is from Southern California and has played at the Mechanics Institute. I actually played her here in a rated game. She at the Southern California Super States, she qualified as the herring representative by being the top girl in the scoring the highest in the top section. So congratulations to her. And
Is this Mother Russia Yeehaw?
no, so Pegasus is Leora, and then
Okay.
Mother Russia Yeehaw. That is what a great name. Sophia Doroshenko, who is unrated.
With a name like that, she has every right to that moniker.
Wow, that's a great name. Oh, okay, so someone's in the chat. How do you watch a particular match? The best way to do it is if you know the username of that person, when you're in live chess in the message button on the bottom, just go hashtag follow and then space and then put the username. Another thing.
Is it a hashtag or a slash?
Oh, slash. Sorry, slash follow space and then the username. But the other thing you can do is in the Twitch chat, I'm gonna put the link for the Google Doc where you can literally find the match links for every single game going on.
That's amazing.
There you go. So just click on that Google Doc, Dogbert, and you'll be able to navigate the Google Sheet, and you'll find the match link to every game. Every single game.
That's an amazing technology to me, to my
It's
mind.
crazy. You wanna get a taste of what it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I'll give you a taste of what it looks like because I think it'll pop up on my screen. Let's see if it shows. Watch, you'll see. So like all of this stuff that you're seeing on my screen, I'm not gonna, I'll just show you as it scrolls through. You'll see all the information that we put up on there, all the match links right there. A lot of
Does
stuff.
Judith make all of these?
Actually, Judith usually makes all these spreadsheets at the Mechanics Institute. I think Merritt Thorpe, who is running the backroom TD with Chess Weekend, she's a national tournament director also. I think she made the Google Sheets for this one. But yeah, I mean, this is how it
That's
gets
very
done.
nice. It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Incredible.
Yeah, and that's how it gets done. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
A long way from tournament directors shuffling
Pairing cards and-
around. Incredible.
Doing the pairing cards. All right, so let's.
Could I ask you, Abel?
Yeah.
You've got this now online, and you and Judith, you've joined with other key people in U.S. chess, and you have this great team for all these national events. So, that's not just local San Francisco. It's you see that just continuing.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting. I'm actually only interjecting my personal opinion here. Is other people are doing great things throughout the country. And they're utilizing other platforms to do it. Some people are doing it well. Some people are experiencing greater challenges. It sort of really rests on style because some people use a platform like ICC where they really try to promote the fact that they have people that will help you the day of the tournament, or they'll help an organizer by providing support on the platform, right? Whereas if you go through chess.com, because we can start the games ourselves, we rely on ourselves to provide the customer service, to provide any assistance. So it's sort of, you have to go with what fits your personal style. If you really want the platform to really help engage the day of and take some of the work off, you go that way. The style we have here at Mechanics, we prefer to have a little more control of the process because we feel comfortable and confident in handling the customer service part as well as the technical part. So it sort of goes with style. But the one thing that I can say really stands out is you really have to put in a lot of time in doing it. If you're not interested in sort of putting the time and the work that it takes, that's where it's going to show. And I think that's what's happened. It's been a challenge for a lot of people because, it's not easy. I mean, a lot of people think that running online, well, it's far easier. It's online, it runs itself. It actually doesn't run itself. There's a lot of work that goes behind it. And I know, Nick and Paul are a part of it because they see, what we have to go through. And the work that Judith does in particular. But so although a lot of stuff is going around in the chess world online, people are using different means of doing it, which is an interesting thing because there's not one way to do it right. There are different ways you can do it, but it sort of has to fit a personal style. Otherwise, you're going to have some problems and issues. All right, look at this game. The game finally started. This was the top board we were looking at, where Black had.
Oh wow, it's progressed quite a bit.
It progressed quite a bit from D4, which was what we had seen, and then this is the game where top seed is National Master Terry Luo playing Yiming Sun.
Black is putting up a fight here.
Yeah. This is actually, equal material, and it looks like knight d6 might not work because of bishop e6. Like that's
Or maybe you can just go back to c7.
Yeah. That's true.
Even though it looks like it looks bad, or there's a lot of pressure for white, but quite a. Black's digging their heels in.
White's to be favored, but I don't see any knockout blows or anything like that yet.
So let me flip to this game. I got a referral request for this game. So this is Deadshot 6780, and looked up who that is. This is in the top section just from the time control. Playing white against Nighthawk 8, and I'll get the. This is Nicholas Garcia, rated 1118, playing white against Anish Lode, rated 2092, black.
Wow, and white's not worse, and is threatening to trap this knight on h5. So black has to figure something out here.
And also, white's just moving at blitz speed too.
Oh yeah, wow.
So
that's a bad thing. That makes me nervous that he'll blunder. But
maybe
it looks really
G5 for
good.
Black here. That would be
G5, and then maybe Rook A4 to swing over to G4. White.
Yeah, Rook A4 is nasty.
Yeah, nice move. Yeah, this could be quite an upset here.
And look at the time difference.
I pointed that out.
Crazy. That's just crazy.
I just have a feeling though that white's going to continue moving quickly and it's going to blunder in the next few moves.
Right.
Yeah, I think G5 is probably black's best try here.
Yeah, it's hard to find another move almost. I mean,
White could consider f4 after g5 immediately, and may trade down into an end game where maybe after black trades everything on f4, black can play queen g5 at the end there.
Probably okay for black.
Probably okay. Yeah.
And I'm going to take a look real quick at board 5 in this section. Board 5 is Kevin Zhu, Penguin Wizard 7, rated 2108, is white, against Savir Khanna, Firesock, who's rated 1179. These are USCF ratings.
Looks like a Dutch.
Yeah, black might.
Well, it all depends on if black gets e5 in nicely or not.
Yeah.
And white's doing a good job placing these pieces. Like the rook on e3 is actually incredibly well placed. And
As long as it's not picked off by something, by a minor piece.
yeah. At the moment, it seems good. I assume white will just triple on the e file, because why not?
Well, there's something nice looking about this position, for both sides in a way, both double-edged with chances.
This could be a grandmaster game.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, there you go. Black can play g5, but all kinds of ideas for both sides here. Black has play even on the queen side, maybe. Strange position.
And taking a look at another game from this section. Love that username. It is Ryan Cheung, 2086, Passion Fruit Green Tea, against Anantiga Ramesh, rated 1111.
Black's feeling some heat here on d5.
Yeah, I think black just has to give up this pawn. Just no other choice. You can play d4. D4 is allowing like bishop c6 ideas. Maybe, I don't know. I don't trust this for black at all.
Yeah, a little difficult, but maybe d4 anyway. Just make it sharp while you're down.
Yeah. Well, d4. Can we just play rook d4 though?
Yeah, that's crushing, right?
And you can't play queen d4 because of bishop c6 check. So maybe you just have to castle and pray.
One of the nice things about chess is when you have a weak pawn, the best thing to do is just to give it up, And I think a lot of players could benefit from that, from feeling free to just give away their weak pawns, instead of defending them for all your life, just throw it away.
Maybe not a great analogy to life. If you have a problem, just throw it away. But
in chess, it works.
In chess, it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. Just get rid of the problem. Well, look at this game. Let me flip to this game. This is Adve Bonsall, Chess for Me 17, rated 1974, against Max Tanner Williams, rated 935.
Is that the North Korean flag up there? I think it is.
That is. That is. With the name of Max Tanner Williams.
Hope the internet's good up there.
Chess has made it to about every country in the world, but I don't see it in North Korea.
White looking pretty solid here.
Yeah, White's a strong player. I think I've played Chess for Me a couple of times.
Yes, he's from the Bay Area.
White's got a nice grip on the game here. Black is in trouble.
Yeah, the question is how white progresses by pushing these pawns. Maybe after, I think rook b8 is, has to be played really. Wonder if white will just continue with, white wants to get e5 and f5 in somehow, but it's not so easy to get both.
Yeah,
I guess simplest is probably just knight c4 after rook b8 or something like that. Although, no, allows d5.
Yeah, probably you have to do knight c4 because if black has time queen c7 and rook to d8, that bishop on g4 is a great piece. Just holding the king side, stopping rook to d1. So,
Well, also knight after rook b8 and then knight f4 is a shot.
yeah, so rook b8, knight c4 seems required. But then, as you say, d5, pawn takes d5, pawn takes d5. If knight to b6, then you're knight f4. So
Yeah, not so obvious how white should progress after rook b8.
Maybe f5.
but why think so long on rook b8? That's
Yeah, I'm not sure what black is considering. If there's any, yeah.
Played.
I mean, yeah, f5 is not the end of the world either. Just giving up the e5 square, but in return we have opportunities to push like f6 or g6 someday. Maybe we can combine ideas and play knight c4, and after d5, then we play f5. And we don't, and this way we control the e5 square for a second and don't allow the knight to jump there. So yeah, I think I would probably play knight c4, expect d5, and then I'll play f5 there.
a good plan.
Yeah, very good.
I'm
Taking into account all these various things.
But then you continue, knight c4, d5, f5. Maybe you do queen c7, and you don't back down.
Or b5.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Trying to make that rook at b8 work.
I have a feeling the tactics have to favor white, but maybe I need some proof for that.
Let me flip to this other game. We haven't followed this one yet. I love the username. White is the professional 31. Nicolosi Giunashvili is unrated, playing Christopher Daniel von Hoff, who is 1529 rated as black. And this is where it could get a little bit dangerous because black's a strong player, 1500, but you never know where the unrated sit. They could be complete beginners, or they can be strong players that have.
Or they could be professionals.
Or they can be professionals.
Or could they be the professional?
How does it look for the professionals so far?
Well, queen f4 going straight after the h6 pawn, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, professional's just a pawn up right now, so can't be unhappy with that.
Playing like a professional.
Queen f4, I guess queen e6 is required. But yeah, I think that's a good start, is queen f4, and then maybe play something like rook d1 to try to get that queen out of e6. Although knight h5 is coming pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a funny position actually, isn't it? With white a pawn up, maybe that trade on e7 wasn't so great.
You could play what if you try like queen e3 here?
F4, and then
Yeah, I
queen.
wanted to play queen e4 check and just
Yeah,
snag another one.
right.
But maybe that fails to a queen h4 at the end. The other thing is like I don't want to, I kind of wanted to play queen e3 and play pawn to f4 to get that connected passer. But on the other hand, the knight on e6 is going to be strong, and our bishop is kind of loses a lot of squares from that. So I'm not sure that's even that great of an idea. Maybe just bishop f4, just play it safe and play it simple and develop a piece.
No, I like
would
that
consider
move.
that I'd call that very professional, bishop f4.
Yeah, bishop f4 was a nice move. I agree. Yeah.
A lot of game going here.
Following that. Yeah, now black has knight h5 and rook g8, and the game goes on.
Check this game out. This is going back to Sriram Krishnakumar and his game against Alan Wang.
This is not as good as it was before for white, I think.
For white?
I mean, I think it's still good for white, especially with the f5 square under attack, but I kind of thought white's position was better before this. Maybe it's still just winning.
Yeah, but black's king is safe, and there'll be chances for black later on.
Yeah, the problem is this rook on h7. I think if that rook was on g8, black would be, much happier. Because, we can't take on g2 just because of queen f5 check, which is annoying.
Well, maybe black should just play rook h8 here and get that rook back into the game. But queen f5 check, king e7, and can white blow open the center there with e5 quickly or something?
Maybe we can get away with
Queen g6.
Oh, I don't know.
Trying to trade queens.
Oh, that's not. You can't do that.
Oh, that's a blunder.
Oh, yep. That is a classic fork right there.
Yeah. A bad blunder by black.
That's too bad.
Rook h8 was the move.
Yeah, maybe rook h6. Maybe that helps with the defense a little bit.
Yeah,
So let's go back and look at stunning garbage.
Yeah, I have no doubt Sriram will be able to win this one a rook up.
National Master Stunning Garbage.
Wow, these players are taking their time.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice positional battle. I think white, old Benoni kind of structure, and white's gotten rid of the bad bishop on the bad light squared bishop, which is kind of funny because it's a bad bishop because it's all the same color as all the white pawns. But on the other hand, it often does a good job of stopping b5. So maybe being rid of it isn't that much of a blessing really.
I think black's got a nice game here. With the ability, two bishops, the ability to play f5 or b5, or has to catch up in development though.
Yeah, I wonder if white should consider something unorthodox like b4 at some point.
And there you go.
Maybe white should just castle first and try to blow open the queen side kind of quickly.
Yeah, but your b4 to hit him quickly before black can organize the pawn structure. That does look good.
That's a good move, yeah. And then what does black play? Takes on b4, plays b6, and just sits with it.
Yeah, but then we can play a4 and try to, limit this light squared bishop and, gain some space on the queen side.
Yeah.
I think white should definitely try to play on the queen side, though.
A high-level game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's check on another game from this championship section we have not looked at yet. This is Guy Zor, rated 800, playing white against Sanvi Arusumali. 1869 USCF rated is black.
Wow, and the ratings are completely opposite. So white has an 1800 chess.com rating, while black is a 1400.
Yeah, white's got an 1800 chess.com, but an 800 USCF rating. And on the attack, what do you think?
Well, I mean, does black have to play king g6 here?
It's weird. It's like, it's not a classical bishop sacrifice because this F file is open and black always has the opportunity of trading the rooks with tempo. Like, I think, and if we play king g8, queen h5, maybe black can just take on f1, play queen f8 check and queen. Well, I guess depends on how black
There you go
defends
back.
check.
Okay,
G1.
queen h5 check, king to g8. Oh, king to g8, queen h5, rook f1 check, king f1, queen f8 check, king back to g1, threatening queen h7, mate, queen f5, queen takes h4, on ahead.
That's some
Yeah,
grandmaster
you're right.
analysis
You're right. So how do we save everything here? Maybe not so easy.
And this stemmed from the classic sacrifice here. Let's go back a few moves just to see that. This is, wow, it came out of black playing knight h4 right there.
Yeah, maybe bishop d7 was a little safer or something else.
Yeah, black was really inviting this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems I have a feeling that black is, well, I mean, the line that we showed, black ends up down a pawn and, not lost. So
Yeah, at least not getting mated. Yeah.
King g6, queen g3 check doesn't look too good.
Yeah, I really.
Or maybe even queen g4.
Well, definitely keep an eye on this, and Blizzard 0906 is definitely taking this seriously. In the think.
What if we play king g8, queen h5, trade the rooks, rook takes rook, king takes rook, and then just play something very calm like knight f5? Are we getting mated?
Oh, well, maybe we're going to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. It does still seem very scary though.
Well, that's a real sacrifice. You're down a piece. It's that'd be a very fun variation.
Yeah, queen h5, rook takes rook, king takes rook. Knight f5, I guess you can play queen f7 check, king h8, and queen g6.
And make
That's
a draw.
A draw at least, yeah.
But you want to try to win.
Should white toss in rook f8 check first?
Before queen h5.
Think?
Says Mikhail Smyslov. I wonder what Vasily Tal would think of that.
Yeah, it might be a good idea actually. Because if queen takes, then you get queen h5, and that way we're for sure picking up the knight.
And if
And if king takes, maybe queen h5 anyway.
And it's good to see white taking time here, because I think moved fast, regular to the moves before this attack, but now white is saying, okay, I might have something here. Can I close the show?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got 46 minutes. No way,
Yeah.
no chance you should definitely figure this all out to the end. You have all the time in the world. I like taking on f8 first. I think if white's playing for a win, you take on f8, queen h5, and you get the. I think you're probably going to be a pawn up with, and black's development is still very hard for him. Like that bishop on d7 or on c8, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And Mikhail Smyslov says he is not on speaking terms with Vasily Tal. All right, let me do a quick check-in on. Oh, wait a minute, we got a move played here. He took first.
Yeah, and then black should correctly think a while about how to take back.
Well done. These players really are thinking.
Yeah.
And that's odd
no,
because
this
it's
is
a chess
well
game,
played.
you know?
When I started to play, as a kid, and I'd go to the senior center, there was one player who would always say, "No thinking allowed."
Right. No,
You have to
thinking
just
about it.
move.
Oh yeah, this is the game where
Where black is down a rook.
the forked rook. Let's go to two girls playing, Leora Ginsburg
In Mother Russia.
and Mother Russia Yeehaw, Sofia Doroshenko.
Well, isn't that pawn hanging at d5?
Yeah, but you told us, Paul, about what you should do when you have a weak pawn.
Yeah, it's
Just
true.
give it up, and then
Because
you
white's
don't have
just
any problems
won it.
anymore.
Right, you don't have to worry about the pawn anymore, but you do have to worry about being a pawn down.
Yeah, I think the bishop was attacked on c5. Maybe black
Yeah,
missed this knight d2 to b3 idea or something like that, which double attacked the bishop and the pawn.
right.
I have a feeling it's not the end of the world for black, though, especially if black can prevent white from playing e4 and like bishop e3. Like maybe black can hope to take advantage of white's like slightly awkward bishop on c1, but it should be white should definitely be better here.
And in about 8 minutes, we will have the round 2 of the one-day sections. So we'll have the 6 and under, 8 and under, and 10 and under begin round 2. And I'm getting a request, check in on Quinn Burt's game. And I'm going to do that. But first I got to find Quinn Burt. And actually, if you want, oh, there it is. Okay.
I assume Dogbert is related to Quinbert.
Yeah, Dogbert.
Maybe it's Quinbert's dog.
And here it is.
I am rookie 7. Don't know what that means, but it's kind of funny.
Hey, and Kyron, I was doing a broadcast of the Southern California Super States, and which was won by Robert Shletenko, and I asked him what we had talked about on the broadcast, or where his username is like 1E410 or something. And I started getting curious, and I was saying, what is it with, I'm seeing kids have usernames like this, Knight F310. What is a, and then I heard a rumor that it was Robert that actually started it, and it's sort of a Southern California thing. And I asked him about it, and he confirmed it. He says he opened that account a few years ago, and it sort of, it sort of went viral. Do you know anything about that? I mean, you spent some time in SoCal.
No, I think I'm too old, but I have played like some of these kids, like one G410 and one H410, and
Yeah,
they're
one F310.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I'm sure it's going to be taken at some point.
and
But,
yeah, apparently it's a SoCal thing. So here we are. I'm trying to find. So this is.
It's his dad.
Dad.
Now, wait a minute. Under 18?
It's Ariadne Dodd playing white, rated 1744 against Quinn Burt, 510 rated, is black.
Wow. Well, black is doing almost fine. I mean, down a piece, but tremendous compensation given that we're going to win this B4 pawn as well.
Yeah, this is a real fight here. That bishop suddenly comes to life on the long diagonal.
And
yeah, I could definitely see this game going any direction. Under best play, white should probably win, but the problem is once the B4 pawn falls, black now has 3 passers and 2 of them are connected, and so
it's gonna be scary.
Yeah, it's gonna require definitely some precision for white.
Like you were saying, you're gonna capture B4 with like the greatest diagonal in the history of chess. It's gonna be tough, and you look at black. Black has not used a whole lot of time. Hopefully, black will slow down a bit because it's gonna get a little bit tougher here navigating the end game to come.
I definitely think it's easier to play for black at this point because white needs to be kind of accurate in where these pieces go, and the knight doesn't really have a nice, long-term outpost to sit on, which it would really like. And the black bishop and a rook are always going to create threats against the white king. So,
and
yeah, I think objectively white's better, but I think practically black might be better.
In anticipation of what's coming in the next 10 minutes, I'm looking at some of the pairings for the one-day sections, and the matchups do get a little bit tighter. So it'll be fun to follow what happens. I don't know how much time you have, Kyron. We're running until about 11:15, but I don't know if you have something else to do, but you can hang with us as long as you have, or you need to check
Appreciate
out.
it.
Just let us know.
I'm gonna have to run in a couple of minutes actually, but
Sure.
yeah, I've definitely enjoyed commentating with you guys, and these are some exciting games, and some of them are very close, even with pretty large rating discrepancies.
Well, Kyron, when you leave, Nick and I are going to have to pick up the slack here. I'm not sure I'm capable
do some
of
analysis here. They may even have to rely on me a little bit. So
Are you sure you can't stay for the next couple hours, Karen?
Maybe I'll type some moves in chat or something.
yeah. And then later on today,
appreciated.
When we come back from the break after 11 o'clock at about 1, because I think at 11:30 we break, International Master John Donaldson is going to join us, and Sunil Weeramantri will join us also. So
Nice.
Talk some chess, talk some life.
Feel like I'm like the opener in a concert to some of these chess legends. Like I'm like the no name,
act.
like
Yeah, the up and comer. Well, you're far from an up and comer. How many IM norms? Is it 1 or 2?
Two now.
So you're just looking to close the show.
Yeah.
And you did an IM norm in Chicago, Karen?
Yeah, I could get one. Actually, my first IM Norm ever came in Chicago in 2015, so hoping to get the third one there. But I'm also playing Vegas in June, so got a couple of them lined up.
Nice.
What do you think of this? The Rook B3. Should White be trading rooks?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't. Well, if White wants to draw, maybe, but I don't see White winning this anymore. I just feel like all these pawns are going to be way too hard to stop effectively, and then worst case, Black can try to trade off the pawns on the H and the G files. But yeah, I think C5, C4 is coming.
Black's almost winning the piece back here.
Yeah, White has to play knight D3.
Right? Knight D3, Bishop C, almost by force.
Yeah, there's a Bishop D1, I guess. Yeah, I like C5 actually. Just
Yeah.
no messing around. Just send them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned, like this position is hard to play as White, and without a lot of experience in kind of end games, like it's impossible to know if the rook trade is good or not. But just kind of an experience thing with like trading off these pieces just makes the pawns actually harder to stop.
And
White has a 2-1 majority on the king side to hope for
I feel
some
like I'm
distant future.
not such a fan of that move because it doesn't allow Black to sort of position the king better at like no cost.
Yeah, White's moving really fast here, which I don't like.
Now they may make a draw with knight A6 check, king B6, knight. Oh, not going for the draw.
Knight A6 check. Why don't we just keep going forward? King D4.
Oh, you could. Oh, why did he give up the pawn?
Oh no! Now Black is playing too fast.
I'm wondering if Black is sort of taking the thought that, okay, I'm going to give up that E3 pawn, but then I'm going to go King D4, and then now I've got my king able to navigate towards the queen side or push the pawns.
But knight F5 check and knight takes H6.
Yeah, I think this was hasty.
Knight takes E3. What's White thinking about?
Black's playing instantly. I guess maybe it's best
E4
try.
check. Now it looks like
You're gonna go play King D3. But yeah, I agree. White should be winning here. White should just go take the pawn.
And just look at how fast Black is playing, right? I mean, it's 44 minutes left still.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's a chance to change direction. Knight F5 check, King C3, Knight H6, King D2. No, there's no way to force the pawns in.
Well, okay. So after King D2, what is
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Where's that bishop go? I guess A4 maybe.
Yeah, it does.
That might be the best try. I guess at this point.
But what does Black have? B3?
Yeah. I mean, White has to find bishop A4, but I think after that, then Black is probably busted.
He had played so great, and then just giving away the two pawns. Got the good and the bad.
And White has declined to draw. Let me switch the orientation here.
I was going to ask you something about that, Kyron. When you study chess, and you're like, say you're studying an opening for Black, would you set the pieces up as though you're playing the Black side, or would you just look at everything from the White side?
Oh, I always personally like to look at it from the side I'm going to be playing. I think, yeah, I think that helps me.
I was
the
very
most.
lazy when I was studying chess. The board was always set up from the white side, even
Well,
when
the thing is that when you're using a real board, it's a little bit annoying to have to turn it around. But when you're studying online, you just click a button and it's
yeah,
And then
yeah.
boom.
or on ChessBase, it's just Control F and
But I just
done.
got into this habit of always looking at everything from the white side of the
I think
view.
there is something to be said for that though, because sometimes when I don't know, like I sometimes have this thing where I like look at the position from the black side and I'm like, I don't really like it, and then I like flip it to the white side. And I'm like, oh, I also don't like it for the white side either. So maybe it's not so bad.
That is
Like,
funny.
all right, guys, I have to drop off, but
All right.
it's been a pleasure.
Okay, good to see you, Kyron.
Thanks, Kyron, for
Thanks for
joining
inviting
us.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
FIDE Master Kyron Griffith joining us on the broadcast. And
take care.
take it easy. We'll see you on Tuesday and Thursday, hopefully, as he
Yeah,
plays
see you there.
the Mechanics Institute marathons. Thank you, Kyron.
Bye.
All right, so let me.
San Francisco deals. Now I've become Kyron Griffith.
Yep. So as he leaves the Zoom, we got some corrections here.
Oh, you can stay Kyron Griffith, just sacrifice some pieces.
White played bishop to c2 and allowed pawn to b3, Nick.
Oh my God, this is,
Bishop a4 was simple.
my God, now it's trouble because the plan is easy. Pawn to c3, pawn to c2, check, and gin.
So white needs to play bishop takes b3, and then what? A draw, probably, or
And yeah, then probably a draw.
amazing. Amazing.
All right.
As if you move the bishop, pawn to c3, there looks absolutely nothing you can do with the white
Yeah.
side.
White should have thought a little bit more and played bishop a4, and black would have been lost, I think.
Yeah, just one move. And now you can make one other bad move and you lose the whole point.
Yeah, bishop takes b3 is forced, according to Kyron Griffith, who's still with us in the
Thank
ether.
It's like the voice of
A disembodied voice from the internet.
And Sriram Krishna Kumar is also in the chat. I 8 pawn, and he just finished.
And white did play bishop takes b3, so now
We were watching your game, Sriram, and we saw that fork. Congratulations, SF Deals, also a mechanics player.
there's been some seesaw battles here.
Yeah, this game in particular is pretty interesting.
Well, now it should be a draw, I think.
But I don't think black can win anymore. So
Not unless black can win the knight and the 2 pawns.
I'm the 2 point. Okay.
So I'm gonna flip really well. Well, I'm curious now at the outcome of this. So let's stay.
Okay, good. Black king's moving towards pawn, should just draw. Yeah, just attack those pawns.
Yeah, I mean this has got to be.
Well, we see a lot of turnarounds, so.
And let me just make a note. Any players, if you are engaged in a game right now, you should not be in the Twitch chatting about it. It is against the rules. So make sure that if you have a live game, you are not watching Twitch. Just saying. And,
The chances that we're going to be looking at their game is pretty.
well, it's 0 plus
Right.
you know, a tournament director could be looking at you. So I'm gonna flip to one of the one-day games because these games, the round has started and these games go quick. And this is from the age 6 and under section. And this is the top board, and that is Sankalp Malugu playing white, rated 730 against Tariq Yui, rated 1382 is black. So 1382 is black against 730.
Well, this game is looking kind of normal.
I mean,
Nothing-
a real King's Indian defense under 6 years old.
Yeah.
Well, we have a slightly sharper game on board two between Liam Jesunas, rated 1273, against Neil Yadatori, chess queen maker, 724. Let me change the orientation. So the higher rated player here is white.
Oh.
Already up.
Black could have taken on d4 with check, I think, earlier, but this is not looking good.
This is looking like, yeah, rook at least.
And though this round started 10 minutes ago, I'm looking on the Google sheet. There are already results being populated.
So certainly black is lost here. Look at this move knight g6 found, Nick.
You know, I guess it's good, but you're complicating it when you're absolutely winning with the capture.
Well, the capture's coming.
Oh, wow.
Now this wins the piece at h5.
Yes. Or you go queen d3, try for mates. You just take the piece. Well, yeah.
You know, I was watching I was looking at Bronstein's book, and he deliberately played a longer checkmate than the shorter checkmate because he thought it was prettier.
It was art. It was
And he
art.
must be one of the few grandmasters that would admit to that or think that that was a good idea. And he was, he's proud of it. He's like, I always play for the beautiful finish rather than the short, ugly one.
Look at.
But you have to be Bronstein to get away with that kind of stuff. you know?
Yes. If you're 6 years old, your chess coach will say, "Why didn't you checkmate in 2 moves?"
Right, exactly.
And trying to find a way. While this game is.
Yeah, white's letting black get away or something, or, toying with the idea here.
Yeah, this is. You remember you're always told, "Don't play with your food." I would watch out here if I
Don't
were
play.
right.
Don't play with your meat.
Don't play with your food. That's funny. Great chess analogy.
And as this game plays out, let's take a look at the top board in the age
Queen
10 and under.
b5.
This is the
It's
age
going to go wrong.
10 and under section. Nitin Deepak is playing white, rated 923, against Jocelyn Chen, Treehouse Plant, 123, rated 1799.
Well, I don't know what happened before, but it looks like Black is doing very well here with the knight at A1 completely misplaced.
And White seems to be playing pretty quickly above their means.
Knight E4 is a shot here that just wins the game.
Oh, nice ball. Very nice. With ending up, well, wait a minute. Yeah, pawn takes, rook takes F1 check down. Bishop on G5 hanging. This is a puzzle position.
Yeah, it is kind of a puzzle position.
94, pawn takes,
Rook F1 check.
rook F1.
If Black is a 1700 player, they
1800.
should see it.
1800 player.
Yeah.
Well, now we have to wait and see, right? Now we got to
Yeah, we should wait and see.
All right, so here it is. And taking time, you have to think if they're taking their time, this is, they're looking at candidate moves and just making sure
Wondering what mom's making for lunch.
it checks out. Or, yeah, what's mom making for lunch? Because I'm about to win the game. And this is the age 10 and under section. 10 and under section. Thank you, everyone who's watching us. If you have not done so already, where you see White's clock, under that you'll see a purple follow button. Click on follow and you'll follow us at Mechanics Chess, so you'll know when we come back on the broadcast throughout this weekend. But you'll also be made aware when one of our mechanics events comes on the broadcast, especially our Tuesday night marathons and other special events we have on the weekend. We got cool stuff coming up, including some club matches against some of the historic clubs from around the world. That'll be happening next month. So click follow and you'll be in the loop. You will not experience FOMO from the Mechanics Institute. All right. Well, we're waiting.
Abel, I have to ask you, even though I'm one of the people that's putting it on today, what is Chess Weekend?
Chess Weekend is the organization that Glenn Panner has, who is the chief TD of this tournament. Glenn Panner and Merritt Thorpe, both are national tournament directors. They basically run the chess scene in Chicago, and they put on the like the Illinois State Championship and big, huge scholastic events all throughout the Midwest. You know, they have that part of the country, and so we partnered with them on this event, and you know, Judith has worked extensively with Glenn in the past, and Merritt.
Right.
And it's a good personality fit for how we all think and partner and share the workload and everything. So it made perfect sense for us to work together on this. And you know, we're grateful they invited us to join them actually in the bid. And you'll see the move coming up here.
Yeah, these collaborations are good.
Yeah. And there it is. Knight E4 has been fantastic move.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. And that game did end in a draw, that other game that we were following.
Huh.
Quinn Burt pulled it out. So big upset there.
That was a great battle.
Yeah, great battle.
Fantastic. Following up on what we were looking at earlier in that game.
One of the reasons I asked about the chess weekend thing is I really like their logo. You know, I want to be there with those palm trees and the sandy beach and
You
everything.
just want to be chill, huh? I mean, that's what it is. It's a weekend. It's. I think on their site it says not just a tournament. It's a weekend. It's more than a tournament.
Right.
So and
Well, Black is up a rook here, so that's an advantage to them.
yeah,
Now, wait a minute. This was not the game we saw that White was up a rook earlier, was it?
I believe this is it. It got.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh no.
Is it? Let's go back. Yes, it's this game.
Well, White went off the rails there with was starting to go off the rails with Queen B5 and other moves that didn't seem to make any sense. This was a crushing game for White.
Look at this.
Oh,
White missed all kinds of chances in this game. That's a great move, right? Because Black has Queen H5 and Queen E2 check.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because you got to move out.
What a perfect combination.
Oh.
These two games.
I don't
they,
think I've even, that's such a great combination. Perfect.
Yeah.
Did I lose it? Oh no, Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Nice.
So we saw that. Let me flip the orientation. Wow. There.
It was like a clockwork little combination there.
Yeah.
All of the pieces happened to, everything was taken with
Unbelievable.
check.
Wow.
It's nice when you can take your opponent's pieces with check.
That is stunning. What a turnaround in that game. And I'm trying to find.
Was this one an upset?
I'm verifying that. I
Funny
believe-
how, White just collapsed there in a winning
Kingmakers
with a
black.
crushing game. Sometimes things just seem too easy.
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm trying to verify the section. But I do believe that the higher rated player was White. Chess Queen Maker. Well, while I track that down, it's funny because there's Mother Russia Yeehaw, which is back to this game. But I'm seeing another username, Soviet Power 195. So the Russian chess scene is alive and well. Wow, look at this.
Oh, and this was the pawn sacrifice where Paul said, just get rid of that pawn. Don't worry. Look at that undeveloped bishop on C1.
Oh, look at this.
This does not look good for White. Was there a piece on G5, I guess? Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Nice shot, knight checks.
Wait a minute. Well, Queen, Black just missed Queen. Maybe did Black miss a stronger move than Queen G5? Maybe Queen H6, King G1, Queen E3, or something like that.
Maybe. This is pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, your queen h6 that would be a knockout.
And oh yeah, we already know that one. But check this game out. This is from the top section, I believe. Rhino 805.
Well, this looks like this should end in equal position with both the pawns sacrificing themselves.
So it'll be rook and 3 pawns against rook and 3 pawns all on one side after the queenside pawns are traded.
And white is Ryan Hutchison, who's unrated, against black, who is rated 1574.
Well, this game should peter out to a draw pretty quickly.
And this is what we were saying, you know, these unrated, you never know. They could be a lot stronger than it looks, right? Get some of these games, ones that are done. Yeah, Chess Queen Maker. That is currently the comeback of the round. And we have a result in the is it the 8 and under? The top board in the 8 and under section. John Sam 111, who is Sam Luger, 1870 rated, defeats Xu Heng Zhang, mate on the board with 2 queens.
Well, I mean, with this rating, he must be the highest by far in his age group.
Yeah, not even by far. So this is the 8 and under. So he's the highest with 1870. The second highest rating is Sparky Chess Tiger, Jaden Wu, 1723.
Oh, okay.
But even the third, Vijay Srinivas Anand, 1657. So, and guess who else is playing this section? The 8 and under is Kevin Sun.
Oh, Kevin. Come on, Kevin.
Let's check out. His game should be going, so let's...
I have to wake up myself a little bit here. Get another cup of coffee in me soon.
And Kevin's game might be done because I can't pull him up. But he was playing a 788 rated player. So,
how about Nicholas Wang or some of these top juniors that are playing at the in the TNM?
You know, we have some of the players, but Nicholas Wang is not among them. I don't think. I did not see his registration.
Ooh, look at this Petrov with knight takes e4, Nick. Is that in modern chess openings?
It is. And you know what? This is bad, but it's actually not so bad if you know what you're doing as black.
And,
Right.
I'm not following because I think that's a horsing around game that people are just playing on the break.
No, I see.
And let's see some of the games that are still going from the top section.
Oh, look at this. Remember this one? This was the no, is this no, this is not the same game, the Bishop Sacrifice on H7 game.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
it is. This is it.
Is that right?
So let's take a look at what transpired.
Wow, this has been a great turnaround by black.
He just took a pawn down game and kept playing and put his pieces on good squares.
Yeah. Okay, Rook F8 was excellent. I like the way black is playing this. And G4, that's probably wrong, advancing these kingside pawns.
black pieces have nice squares.
Yeah. This in, this black, I'm not sure what the Black Knight is doing back over on C6, but quite an interesting game.
Yeah. And it's still like plenty of time for stuff to happen, right?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe white's still a little better here, being a
Yeah.
pawn ahead.
White, objectively, white's better, but black's, got active pieces. So.
Yeah.
Wow, check.
Tough game.
Oh no, black's down a lot, so we won't look at that game. But I wanted to look at this game here: Penguin Wizard 1 against Firesock. And this is Kevin Zhu playing white, 2108 against Savir Khanna, who's 1179 playing black.
Well, black's under a lot of pressure here.
Now, was this our Dutch defense to begin with?
That is correct. This came out of a Dutch.
And the white pieces are just very strong.
Yeah, black is in trouble. It's hard to hold on here. Maybe, yeah, white's just got more potential here, but maybe rook d5. Trade a pair of rooks. Is that going to help?
Oh, I'm sure the game's not over.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the Google sheet now for this round, and in the 6 and under section, of which there were 57 boards.
Wow.
There are like 5 games left in that section.
When did the round start?
Half hour ago. Now the time control is short, but a lot of these games ended even faster than even I'm saying it right now. Oh. And in the 6 and under, the top seed, Tariq Yui, did win. So no. Wow. There was oh, that's right. So the this game that we had followed, the comeback where black won. Black was rated 724 and defeated Liam Jasunas, who's rated 1273.
Wow.
So this was an upset.
I think white just sort of self-destructed.
And this was from the 6 and under section. The 6 and under section. Yeah, what a game. Back to Kiratori in the championship section. Annika Rajaram against Tristan Arun. And Tristan Arun's rated 560 is black. 560, but I see the chess.com rating is 1600. So I don't know if it's an issue of one of these players that, it was 560 before the shutdown and then just playing a ton of chess. So they may actually be a little bit stronger than that. But you think white's still looking pretty good here?
Well, yeah. I mean, rook a8 to defend the knight at a7, queen c7. probably works even though Black has rookie 1 check. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that works for white.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah.
and
I think Black is close to lost here.
oops, I don't know why that happened there. Let me I have to reset that.
Mikhail Smyslov is worried about his USCF rating.
Worried about his USCF rating?
Yeah, because he says kids ruin USCF ratings for the rest of us.
Yep. Post-pandemic, it'll deflate the system. All these 500 rated kids who are like 1,500 strength, gonna drag everyone's rating down.
Yeah, it is tough.
Yeah, yeah. Players rated 570 are playing. Well, that's yeah. And plus, the chess.com ratings are confusing the issue completely to my mind.
Well, you know, it wasn't such a big issue because, and I'm fixing the board, everyone, so do not worry. Because before, nobody ever thought that, you know, the chess.com rating would be competing in any way or there would be any confusion. People just knew that, all right, you got a chess.com rating, but like nobody thought of it having any sort of relation to USCF or that it would even matter. And now with online play, you know, there's a lot of people that, well, you know, does that rating mean anything? And does it, you know?
I think the USCF should complete. I mean, they have to completely ignore it. I think because, for one thing, it's not under their auspices. It's like a private company that's, you know, it just seems
There's nothing you can do about
odd.
it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's like nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's, you know,
Right. Yeah.
it's like what it is.
I think the USCF just needs to ignore the chess.com ratings. It's a funny mix-up of stuff here, though. The pandemic, the chess.com ratings, the USCF rapid ratings, and it's a strange mix of everything. Well, I mean, what does White have an attack here or an insignificant extra pawn?
I think we have a player that's stinging a little bit that got a draw. So he was 1750. And I'm wondering if that was that game we were watching that ended up in a draw with that end game. If that was the game, you actually dodged a bullet because it was a losing position. That was you. Yeah. That's tough, but like I can tell you that even at the Mechanics Institute, but I know this issue is not limited to us. It's around the country. We do know of players that you know that we had a lockdown. They just started really developing and learning chess, and you know they've been taking a lot of our classes, playing a lot of their tournaments, and they've just gotten stronger. But their over the board doesn't reflect that because it doesn't impact your over the board rating, all right? But their strengths, you know, they got tougher, and you know, it's tough because it looks like you're drawing a 500 or an 800, but you know they're probably like 1500 strength, right? And it looks bad, but in the reality is that their rating that's being used as their over the board is not an accurate reflection of the true strength. And you know, we're probably going to have to go through a year of you know, those corrections needing to happen, but it's just sort of one of the pains that we just all have to deal with. And it's tough on the players. I mean, we're not lost on that, but I don't see any better way to kind of deal with that. Let's take a look at Leora Ginsburg in the top section against Sofia Doroshenko. Stunning, no, it's Mother Russia Yeehaw against Pegasus, 10-15. Leora Ginsburg,
Well,
white.
Abel, how about if 6 months after the pandemic, you make a deal that you can't lose rate?
Can't
You can
lose.
go up, but you can't go down.
Well, I don't know, how many people would want to play if you weren't, because you're not. And actually, one of the players I'm talking about is in the chat, Sebi Suarez, Sebi the King. Hey, Sebi, are you playing the tournament? If you're playing the tournament, I want to see that. But
the rating, let's look at this in a completely practical way. The rating problem really exists when there's money on the line. Otherwise, it's just an abstraction,
Sure.
I think for the most part. People pay a lot of attention to it, but it suddenly becomes important when there's money involved.
Right. And really what you're talking about is events like World Open or, US Open, where it's not just cash prizes, but like the potential to qualify for something, right?
Exactly. Otherwise, the rest of it is just in a way, it's not that it's academic, but the players are worried about something that really, you don't have to worry so much about. Your chess will rise to or go lower to where it's supposed to be at some point anyway.
Whoops, kind of messed that up there. Yeah, not that I know anything about this stuff, but you liken it to like a stock market correction where something wacky happens, but that's only short term. It's going to correct itself over time. And I think that's just going to have to be the way for us to look at this because, it is what it is. Back to this game between Penguin Wizard 7 and Firesock.
And thanks everybody who's joining us and watching this event. This is got to be a historic event in terms of the number of players playing.
Yeah, I think this is by far the largest U.S. Junior Chess Congress. I think the U.S. Junior Chess Congress, at its biggest was like 350 players, I think. Because we're able to leverage online play, but not only that, but leverage the player base from the Midwest with Chess Weekend, and then the West with us, just the excitement of playing a national championship online because it's accessible.
And so this is a Guinness Book of World Record kind of thing, right?
Well, I don't know about that, but it sounds good. Yeah, we'll say that.
Well, it's coming from, it was suggested by Warriors 1976.
No, we didn't make, not for number of players, anyway. I don't know if there's any other category, but unfortunately, no. No Guinness.
Yeah, I mean, is there an entry for oldest chess club in the United States, Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah, but would it be a world record if it's the United States?
Right, yeah, that's true. Right.
So.
Well, we have a chance to, sock it to the oldest chess club in the world.
That's right.
And we're gonna do it, right? And then maybe we'll be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
It's kind of funny that next month we'll be playing some club matches against 4 clubs that are all older than the Mechanics Institute, continuously running, which is sort of shocking because we're always boasting that we're the oldest continually running chess club in the United States, and that is true by far. But now we're playing some clubs that are older. The oldest, on May the 1st, we're playing Zurich Chess Club, which is 1809. They're the oldest continuously running club. But then, we're also playing Edinburgh, which is a rematch. I think they're 1822. And then we have the Royal Dutch Chess Society. I think they're 1852. And then Hamburg, I think they were 1830. So we're playing all four of them next month. And we'll have full details in the newsletter that just came out this morning.
Hey, let's find out. So what's the New Britain Chess Club in Connecticut? Is 1901.
Is that in the chat?
Yeah.
New Britain, 1901, continuously running?
I've never heard of that, of the New Britain Chess Club in Connecticut.
That would be fantastic.
That's really interesting. Huh. Mikhail Smyslov.
Wow, New Britain. We're gonna have to look that up. Maybe do some outreach.
Yeah, we should play them a match. Although with Mikhail Smyslov, and is White blowing this endgame?
Nice.
Are things turning around? I mean, this would be a big one because Firesock is rated 1179 and Penguin Wizard 2108.
There's a really good move for Penguin Wizard to go queen to d4. But
Yep.
Yeah.
will they get it?
Yes.
Oh, nice. With trick.
And he's from that club because Smyslov's saying they have 2 FMs, a few NMs.
So what happens here if Rook D5, Nick?
Queen H8 check.
Queen G8.
Rook F3 check.
Oh, yes. And Rook F5 is probably a lost king and pawn ending. Maybe.
Wow. Let me flip over to this game between Stunning Garbage.
Stunning Garbage. That's the kind of chess I try to play.
Look at this move sequence here. I'm gonna back it up. And this is the live position, but it's funny because you're thinking, wow, look at that discovery, but there's no discovery because the pawn would take the queen.
Yeah, but White has lost control of the game here, right?
Mm.
I mean, Rook F5.
Now the king completely exposed.
And the pieces are even. So that was
The activity is not even.
Black has a free hand here on the king side now. This is bad.
Yeah.
It's got to be bad.
And let's give credit to Stunning Garbage, Sheena Zhang, because I feel like she really utilized her time wisely. She is under 4 minutes, but it seemed like she used the time correctly.
The time to play fast is when you're, when you've kind of got it under control here. Now, White is getting pushed around here. In fact,
yeah, Rook F8, bring that other one in, and that's probably the end. Followed by a Rook G2 check.
yeah.
And this is another, going back to this game, Geezer 17. The rating I see for White here is 800, playing Sanvi Adusumali, who's 1869, Black.
White played a nice, Black has exchanged the wrong pieces or something. This has suddenly gone really well for White, huh, Nick?
That little extra pawn finally went to work, getting down to G6.
Yeah.
And terrific, just winning now, like Queen D8. But
Yeah, this is this has been quite a game, starting with that Bishop H7 check and everything, and White's put on a lot of pressure the whole game.
yeah, after a good comeback, Blizzard then started moving the knight back and forth instead of.
Queen G8 here is close to the end. I guess Queen G7, and then you could probably trade and play Knight H5, or Queen F6 looks good too.
Yeah, Queen D8, Queen D7, Queen F6 would have been even better, but this is plenty good.
I'm impressed by White's play here. What town in Connecticut is the New Britain Chess Club? I'm wondering. Of course, I could look it up on my smartphone.
But we want the engagement, right? We want the
Right.
Oh, Penguin Wizard
Oh, New Britain.
screwed it up. It's now going to be a draw there. Kudos to Firesoft.
Mikhail Smyslov is challenging us to a friendly match, Abel.
Yeah,
Is
just and I'll. Oh, that's why this is not working. I'll give you the. I'll send you the info on that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Penguin Wizard has a pawn, so
Just
maybe.
shoot us an email, chessroom@milibrary.org, and we'll get back to you. So how does this look?
You know, with best technique, it should be a draw, but okay, Penguin Wizard has a pawn, so an extra time.
hard-fought game.
And for everyone watching, if you have you not done so already, click the follow button that's under White's clock, because we're going to be taking some breaks here. We'll probably break around 11:20ish, and then we're going to start the broadcast back up at 1, and then we're going to go 1 to 3:30, and then go 4 to 5:30 or something like that. But if you click follow, you'll be notified when we are back on the air. So click the follow, so then when we leave and then come back on, you will know. Checking in on Pegasus 1015 and Mother Russia. And Mother Russia, an unrated player, but seems like has solid chess skills.
How did she do in her first game?
Well, this is from the top section, so this is the first game.
Oh, this is the first game.
Yep.
Okay, that's right.
I guess it still hasn't got that bishop on C1 out.
Yeah, and we're in move 26.
Black's got some pressure here. 2 bishops.
Pawns are back to even.
Mm-hmm. You got to watch out for that Jim Tarjan idea of knight g5 and queen h4, Or was it that the Patrick Wolf idea?
And
Of course, White's nicely pinned down here for a while.
looking at another game from this section, we haven't looked at this game yet. This is Grace Deng playing White, Deng 16 against Aaron Edwards, who is unrated playing Black.
Wow, another tough game.
And what we might be seeing, especially in this section, the 16 and 18 and under, is you might have some unrateds, but these kids are older. They probably played chess at school, at their local club, maybe solid players. And we have this unrated player playing a 1400 player, but probably a pretty competitive player for someone that's 1400. It's an older player that's played a lot of chess, but maybe not USCF rated chess.
Tough position.
And Black's got more time and a pawn.
Black has to find a way to use the rook at C8.
Yeah, I would have held on to that check. Now the bishop on D7's undefended.
Yeah.
But it's roughly an equal position. Anything can happen here.
And wow, look at this. Back to the Penguin Wizard Firesock.
Oh,
What
wow.
happened to those kingside pawns?
Well, Black needs to get this pawn down to the queening square. It's all over.
Yeah, it lost one too many pawns on the king side.
Yeah,
Seriously.
let's see, just got picked off here. And the blunder was probably there. You'll see it soon. King E7, because that hangs a pawn after check.
Yes.
Yeah. You should just run the C pawn up
Yeah.
or something like that. Played it, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so looks like the Penguin Wizard in the driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
2100 against 1200, and again made Black made White work for it, but
Push the C pawn and you got some chance. Now Penguin Wizard will have to play a couple of the right moves to win. So there may be a trick left to see.
King D3.
King D3 would win. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you can get some blockade, but
Yeah, there's a couple of odd draws, right, with rook and two pawns versus rook.
they have to be separated, right? Does it have to be a rook and a bishop pawn, or
No,
That
I
would-
think that
even connected?
rook and bishop
talking
pawn's the
about
classic
connected.
one.
And we have Judith is in the chat. Yeah, Judith, all smooth except for a certain computer here. But thank goodness here at the office, and thank goodness I saved an email from our IT person about how to log in. So all those things combined made it so that everything all good here. And so good to hear that the tournament is running all smooth with so many players. So congrats to Judith and Glenn Panner and Merritt and John McCumsky and the all-star tournament directing team we have. Now, do you promote here and then pick off the F pawn, or?
We have to ask an authority about on the F pawn. F pawn
Yeah, he's
himself.
not in the chat. I've not seen. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops in though. Probably's got
I
some.
think he was here right at the beginning.
No, that was Sriram because he has the handle I8 pawn.
Oh, okay. So it reminds me of F pawn. Yeah. Well,
Well, look at this position back to the Geezer against Blizzard 0906. Oh yeah.
black for some, black can play. I think black can just continue to check here, I mean, after rook d3 first.
Yeah, this would be
This is a draw.
This would be a pretty big upset because it's almost 1,000-point rating difference. Yeah, but the funny thing is you look at the chess.com rating, Geezer is 800 over the board, right? Sanvi is 1869. That's who's playing black, but their chess.com ratings are like inverted, where black looks like the weaker player.
Well, it's going to end in a draw because white can no longer save the d pawn here.
Just keep throwing checks.
Well, now it's lost by force. And in fact, black is better after this. And white is now losing the d pawn. And actually, with the king cut off, the white could be in serious trouble here. King b5, rook c4. White has to try to save the game.
Yeah, it's terrible when the king is cut off on the rank like that. There's no way to get back.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
all right. So clever, getting the king back behind the. So black will have to play extremely well to win this rook ending now because the defense is good. Takes and don't take that pawn. Go. Oh, now king c3 makes a draw.
Yeah, black should have played rook c4 maybe.
Rook c4 cutting off the king would have won, but now here's your textbook draw. Oh, but go to e3.
Yeah, why isn't white playing king e3 after rook d4 check?
And I guess here's the thing is that it's textbook draw, but some of these players are rated under 1,000. It's do they know the textbook?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff in the textbook isn't so easy to do.
Yeah. Well, white can do a lot of messing around here, and the game will still be a draw unless, puts the rook on the third rank. So there's some.
And white has offered a draw. And do if white's offering you a draw, are you still make and improve it if you're black? Well, it was taken, so they've agreed to a draw. So nice play by Geezer. And Penguin Wizard won in the other game that we were following here, as you can see there. So we have
with the 3 pawns versus the rook,
So we got this game. We got 2 games left, I believe, in the top section in this round. Leora Ginsburg against Sofia Doroshenko, and then Grace Deng against Erin Edwards. And both are under a few minutes left. And when these two games end, I think we'll be ready to break and then return for the start of round two in the top section. And then we can take a look at standings and games in the other sections. And in the 1 day sections, we'll be looking at a big round as we get into round three, where the 2-0s play each other, and and then looking at how round four is going to shape up. So a lot of action coming. But what are we seeing here? I feel like there's a lot going on.
Oh, check forking a piece, but opposing the mate on G7.
Well, knight f5 afterwards. Who's got the mating attack here? Oh, bishop g4 check. What a blunder. King e2.
Oh, bishop G4 check stops the mate, wins a clean piece.
Oh, yeah. I think that white was making some mistakes, or made a mistake with bishop e5 anyway.
And probably was feeling a little bit of time pressure also at under 2 minutes.
Bishop g4 check is now winning. Tragique.
And then we'll keep following this. And then this is Leora Ginsburg and Sofia Doroshenko. Leora Ginsburg is white and Sofia Doroshenko is black.
Oh my gosh, Nick, look what happened. The very thing that I was talking about.
This
The
mate.
Patrick Wolf mate. I don't want to, I only saying that because I saw him play it in that one time, that sneaky queen h4 and knight g5 idea.
And wow, black has to give up the queen with queen e4 check. That's
And
Wow.
both players under 2 minutes.
Black had some chances there, but it looks like it didn't pan out.
But back to the other game.
We're familiar with Pegasus 1015, right?
Yes, Leora
Oh,
Ginsburg.
black overlooked bishop g4 check, played knight f5 instead.
Yep.
okay.
Ah.
So the game's not over. Things are
No.
still happening here.
The game's afoot.
Wow, just very complicated now.
Yeah, suddenly from a clear win. So what's the move here? Queen d5 maybe? Threatening queen d3 and bishop c2?
Yeah, then bishop c2 maybe.
Yikes.
Ooh, somehow white has the chances now. Pawn to f6 just doesn't seem to work. So bishop f6 or rook g7 sacrificing. Oh, he did it, but bishop f6 looks pretty good.
And I think we're going to see, going back to the other game with Leora Ginsburg.
Wow, this has been tragic too.
Black plays queen c2.
And now it's mate in 2.
And I think Leora just confirming it. But, oh my gosh. Wow, this is,
White doesn't see the mate in 2.
missed it, yeah.
Oh my.
Still, being
Okay,
a
now-
rook ahead is
now
is
saw
an
it.
asset as well.
Now saw it. So nice win by Leora there. It was close, and I think in the moment, Sophia blitzed out the move, and maybe she continues to overlook it, but there we go. And now we see White going for it here.
Probably needs to go rook e8 to stop rook takes g7. Maybe the game's still up in the air.
Now, can anything happen with something like, you throw a knight check and then a bishop g4 check?
I mean, Black had such a clear win a move ago or two ago.
Yeah. So Abel also wants to try knight g3 check, queen takes, bishop b4 check. Probably
King
go.
d2.
Because then, is there any way to drive the king to the d file and then you go rook d6 check?
Yeah, yeah. I like your way of thinking.
Just throw all the pieces at you. That's my.
Of course, White can interpose the bishop on d4 too.
Yeah, but I don't look that far. I just look at what looks good.
Neither do I.
5 seconds left for Black. Black's got to make a move here.
Oh, better move. Try anything.
That was probably the least favorable of all the options. Just walked in the mate.
Yeah.
Couldn't be a good defense.
Yep. All right.
That was a tough loss.
That wraps up. That wraps up round 1 of the 2-day section, and 2 rounds are in the books in the 1-day section. So round 3 in the 2-day in the 1-day section is going to start at noon, I believe. I'm going to look at the times. Well, it depends. So all times Eastern time. Yeah, it'll start at noon Pacific time, noon Pacific time, and so I think we're gonna take a break now, and then what's gonna happen is we will return at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And what we'll do is we'll go over all the standings and for the 1-day sections, and then take a look at the matchups for round 2 in the championship section. So that'll be the strategy. And so click our follow button, and we will be back here on the broadcast at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to have International Master John Donaldson on with us, helping call the action. So, all right, everyone, we're going to get something to eat real quick, rest the voices, and we will see you 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Have to think about that.
Bye for now.